What Nigerians are talking about right now is very serious, and it is touching the heart of security, leadership, and trust in this country. The discussion started after strong statements credited to Ibrahim Babangida, popularly known as IBB, where he openly advised the federal government to stop treating banditry with soft hands and instead deal with it firmly. According to the conversation spreading across the country, IBB made it clear that Nigeria cannot move forward if criminals and people who openly defend or excuse them are allowed to operate freely. Many Nigerians, especially from the north, say this statement came at a time when patience is running out. As this message circulated, several Hausa community groups and concerned citizens began to openly support that position. Their argument is simple and direct. They say ordinary people in villages and towns are the ones suffering daily from fear, displacement, loss of livelihood, and trauma, while debates continue at the top. They believe strong words must now translate into strong action. This is why many of them are calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to act decisively and show that no one is above the law, no matter their status, influence, or religious position. As you are listening right now, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss important updates like this. Your support helps us continue bringing these stories clearly and responsibly. Now, the name that keeps coming up in this discussion is Ahmad Gumi. Over the years, he has been known for speaking openly about insecurity in the north and for engaging in dialogue with armed groups. Supporters of this approach argue that his intention was to reduce violence and save lives through conversation rather than force. However, critics strongly disagree. They say that repeatedly explaining or defending the grievances of violent groups sends the wrong message and weakens the authority of the state. This disagreement is now at the center of the national conversation. People backing IBB's statement believe that Nigeria has reached a point where actions and words that appear to justify criminal behavior must be questioned seriously. They argue that even if someone claims to be speaking for peace, there must be clear limits, and those limits must be defined by law. According to these voices, when communities see bandits still operating freely after years of talks and negotiations, confidence in the system begins to collapse. As you listen to this, kindly like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more Nigerians hear balanced and clear explanations like this. The concern many people are raising is not about religion or ethnicity. They insist it is about security and fairness. They ask a simple question. If ordinary citizens can be questioned or arrested for comments linked to security issues, why should influential figures be treated differently? This question is now being asked openly on radio programs, online discussions, and community meetings. People say this is no longer about personalities but about setting a clear national standard. At the same time, others are urging caution. They warn that Nigeria must be careful not to criminalize speech without proper investigation. These voices argue that democracy allows people to speak even when their opinions are unpopular. They believe that any action taken must strictly follow the law to avoid creating new problems while trying to solve old ones. This side of the debate stresses that justice must be firm but also fair and transparent. Please remember to like this video and subscribe so you can stay updated as this story develops. What makes this issue even more sensitive is the long history of insecurity in parts of the country. Many families have been forced to leave their homes. Farmers have abandoned their land. Children have missed school. Entire communities live with fear. Because of this reality, emotions are high, and people want solutions that actually work. This is why statements like the one attributed to IBB carry weight. Many see it as a reflection of what ordinary people have been saying quietly for years. Supporters of a tougher approach say negotiation has been tried, amnesty has been tried, and dialogue has been tried, yet the problem continues. They believe it is time for a clear message that violence will never be rewarded, explained away, or tolerated. According to them, this message must be consistent and must apply to everyone, no matter how respected. As always, like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the continuation of this important discussion. On the other hand, some analysts say insecurity is complex and cannot be solved by force alone. They argue that poverty, lack of education, and weak local governance all play a role. While they do not excuse criminal actions, they believe a long-term solution must include development, justice, and accountability. However, even among this group, many agree that anyone who openly appears to support or justify violence should be properly investigated. What Nigerians are watching now is how the presidency will respond to these growing calls. Will the government make a clear statement? Will there be investigations? Or will this remain another heated debate that fades away without action? These questions are on the minds of many citizens as they wait for leadership to show direction. Please like this video and subscribe if you want us to continue breaking this down clearly and calmly. One thing is clear, this conversation has moved beyond whispers. It is now a national discussion about how Nigeria defines security, responsibility, and leadership. The coming days and weeks will be important. People want to see if words will finally turn into policies and actions that restore confidence and safety. Another layer to this conversation is the role of public figures and influencers. In times of crisis, their words carry weight. Many Nigerians believe that people with large followings must be extra careful with what they say because their statements can shape attitudes and behavior. When words are seen as justifying or normalizing violence, even indirectly, it can have serious consequences. This is why the debate has shifted from individual intentions to public responsibility.